Hello everybody, welcome to another video. So I realized that I talk a lot about the PlayStation 3 and the Vita a lot. I never really talked about the PSP. Well, I did really actually, but not much. So anyway, I just thought maybe I should show you my PlayStation Portable collection or PSP collection, however you call it. Well, I have a lot, but this is the physical ones at least. So let's start. Here's the first one. This is the cars. Now, this plays a lot differently. Well, not so different than the one on consoles and PC. But it's still great. Maybe a little bit harder. But I bought it used sadly, so it's kind of broken. The cases, but the game still works and it's really great. Not a bad game for your racing collection or PSP. Next we have Chess Master. Well, it's what you expect, chess. But that's it really, just chess but a little bit harder. And here we have Daxter. Now it's part of the Jak and Daxter series. Said during the time that Daxter looks for Jak in Jak 2, but nevertheless you can still play it even if you have never played the Jak and Daxter series, and it's still really while I wouldn't call this the best game in the series, but I would call it really fun, one of the best platformers, if not the best platformers on the PSP. Everybody who has a PSP must play this. It's really fun. And next we have Dissidia Final Fantasy. This is the first game in the Dissidia series. You don't need to play the Final Fantasy games or anyone to understand. Think of it as Smash, but well, no, not like Smash. It doesn't play like Smash. Basically, many characters from other Final Fantasy games enter here to fight against each other. This is not a bad game. It's a really great game for anybody who plays Final Fantasy. Next, sorry. Next we have Fired Up. It's a medical racing game in my opinion. It was good for the online on the PSP, but I think it's dead really. No one plays it anymore. I mean, if you find it on sale, maybe you should get it. And here we have Invisimal Story, The Last Try. Now this game had potential, but I guess it wasn't a success. Since it basically requires not only the camera, which I don't have sadly, so I never played it, but it also plays with certain kind of cards. The cards come with it, but unfortunately I can't really play it, so I don't know whether I recommend it or not. And here we have Killzone Liberation. Now this one is a Killzone of the PSP. I mean, I wouldn't call it the best in the series, but still a fun game if you want a shooter game. So maybe you should get it. Yeah, it's fun. And next we have Tomb Raider Anniversary. Now I bought this because it was bundled. I saw it bundled on the PSP with Tomb Raider Legend, which I'll show you. This one is a remake of the PlayStation 1 game, the first game I mean. So yeah, it's actually an improvement over it. But just like Legend, the problem is that the PSP versions don't have a second analog, so the camera can be awkward. Anyway, Legend is basically made before Anniversary, but Anniversary was remade, which is basically the first game, basically remade to act as a sequel to this. So yeah, it's definitely grab if you find them. And next we have Loco Roco. Now this game is really a fun game. It's very simple, surprisingly very simple, yet it's also very deep. Think of it as maybe Snake, but safer. You basically take these Loco Rocos, which are basically gums or balls. You collect fruits or eat them. The more you collect or eat, the more you grow and expand. You have to go from one place to another, and escape from puzzles. Now, easy to learn but hard to master in my opinion. And you also get to make a house for them, build a house by collecting house parts, and you can customize it. Not bad. It's really one of the best PSP games. One of Sony's best games as well. And here we have Medieval Resurrection. Now this one is based on the forgotten PlayStation 1 classic Medieval, but this one is the exact same, as the first game, but in HD graphics and with some difference. But still, really worth getting if you have seen it. And this following game, Michael Jackson The Experience. I played it. It's fun, really, but if you're not a Michael Jackson fan, maybe not. If you like rhythm game, then this is for you, especially if you're a Michael Jackson fan. But I mean, I'm not a Michael Jackson fan really, so it was alright. And next we have Midnight Club LA Remix. Now this is a remix of the PlayStation 3 game Los Angeles, Midnight Club Los Angeles, and this is a really fun game. It's worth getting. So you might not find it on the PlayStation Store sadly, because of licensing issues with Rockstar Games, but it's still really fun. It's very hard, I should let you know. And now another racing game, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now this is of course the best game in the Need for Speed series, and it's definitely worth getting, but the PSP version might be a little bit hard because of the limitations. So yeah, it's still worth getting. Ratchet and Clank Science Matters. Now this is basically, many call it Ratchet and Clank 5, but Insomniac said it's not canon. But anyway, it's still a really fun game, you should get it. But it also has a PlayStation 2 version. Don't bother with the PlayStation 2 version, it's very buggy and there's no difference. And technically also kinda has worse graphics. I have no idea why, but it does have worse graphics. And next we have Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Now this game was actually at first exclusive to the Saturn, I think, and I never really played the Saturn version. Then other versions were released, but they were exclusive to Japan as well. Anyway, but this one is basically remade. So yeah, and I heard it's great, so worth getting if you have seen it. And last but not least, Wipeout Your. Now based on the Wipeout franchise, it's basically a racing game but futuristic. It's a really fun game with really great soundtrack, but it's very hard. So yeah, that's it for my PSP collections. I'll try to get more. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.